Hi guys, how's it going? Live stream this morning. We'll just check out a few altcoins. We'll check Bitcoin first because it's still ruling the markets. And then we'll go through some altcoins. And whoever jumps on, fire some altcoins into the chat and we'll have a look through them. Bit of a red across the right hand side at a minute, so we'll take a look at those altcoins and see what's going on. Like I say, we'll wait for a few people to jump on the stream and then we'll crack on. Let me know where you're from. What time of world, what time it is in world where you are, and we'll have a look at some analysis. Let's get rid of all the shit on chart first. How's it going, guys? Wait for a few people to jump on stream and then we'll crack on. Let me know if you can hear my voice alright, because I've just got a new computer, so I'm not sure if it's set up alright. Awesome, we've got a few people jumping in. So, Bitcoin, look at this, falling wedge, bang, breakout to the upside. We first rejected off this main area at 55k, which, if you look at all these horrific circles I've drawn here, that was that area of resistance which did break through, and we had a great daily candle yesterday which broke straight through. And we're currently hanging around 57k. I mentioned on a few of my videos and a few to Patreons on my my Discord server that the next major target for Bitcoin is around $59,500. I think that's the best area we could look to target. Because if you look in the past, I mean, it's probably a solid weekly level as well. But if you look at that area there, solid rejection, solid support there, support, and then we rejected all the way through it. So it does show that as a key area. Like 55k down here was a key area. 59k is the next key area where we need to look at targeting. And to be honest, I think we're going to target that this week. The price is looking strong with no sign of a pullback at all so far. So for me, that is the next major areas for us to target. Sounds good, great, good stuff. So yeah, that's the area I want to target. And then once we do break through 59k, it's literally for call ups of the next target all-time highs, which is around 9% away. And that's up at around 64,900. And then if we're looking for some price predictions going forward, I mean, we can throw a fib up and have a look at some key levels. We've got a lot of people saying 220k. I've seen 500k out there. I'm not expecting 500k, but this is my price prediction here for the end of this year. I'm expecting around $123,000. That's probably what is at about 2x from this current price, just there or thereabouts. And then we've got some other key levels up here. I did a post on Twitter yesterday showing that from September to December in 2017, Bitcoin rose 595%. If that were to happen again from current prices, so for example, if we go to the weekly time frame, and we'll look at from September, where there 595% is around there, so that's 290k of Bitcoin. I can't see that, to be honest, but imagine if we did do a run like that, like we did back in 2017, that would be absolutely epic. But yeah, in terms of that, we need to just keep his feet on the ground for now. And the first major target is that 59k region. A few people in the chat now. If you've got any assets you want me to cover over the course of the next 30 minutes, probably, fire them in the chat and I'll have a look at the charts. Also, if you've got any questions, any new to cryptocurrency, fire them away also, and I'll get through them if I can. Top 3 alts to consider before end of the year. So I did a video on that. Let's have a look. Videos, here we go. I did a top 3 altcoins for October somewhere. This one here. These are the top 3 coins which, for me, I think are going to fundamentally perform well. And it was Polkadot. I think we've got a lot of things going forward. We've got parachains incoming now, so there's going to be parachain auctions. Once they start growing, that's going to boost the ecosystem of Polkadot, and it's going to push it up. So I think Polkadot's a great hold. Meta Hero, if you're a member of my channel and been watching me push this for a while, that's in Dubai this week, unveiling the V3 Meta scanner. So for me, I think that's a great asset. And then Multivac. Multivac's got a lot of people interested recently. Great staking. There's around 3 billion of the supply stake. So I think that's around 75% of circulating supply. So that's good. Their blockchain is class. So that's for me the top 3 assets which I think are going to perform well October and towards the rest of this year. Now I think those 3 assets are going to perform well. Can I go over VRA, Matt? Well, I did a video on VRA yesterday, which was pretty much solely dedicated to price analysis of Veracity. So you go and watch that. That was the latest video I've done. But in terms of what's going on currently, we're just having that wave, aren't we? I mean, I did say that buys probably potentially down here. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. 4 hour. I did a video yesterday, and I said buys probably around this 5.7 cent. If we just have a look at that video and see if that's hit. That will give us a good idea if I'm hitting the right targets or not. So Veracity, turn that volume off. I did say buys from here at 5.5 cent all the way down to 4.9 cents. So let's have a look where we currently are. We're currently at 5.7. So yeah, we're starting to drop into that region. I looked at that entire move there, didn't I? That's what move I looked at. So I looked at the entire move and I was waiting for a drop. So that's the first area I did say to buy, and I would have said ladder them down to 4.9 cents. So currently we set them at 382 level, which is a key Fibonacci level, and it's an area where I always like to put orders in. So we've got 5.5 cent there, and if you're looking for buys, the market's a little bit shaky at a minute. Drop them down to 4.9 cent as well. So orders in this region here. Maybe a ladder if you're in like that, maybe 25% of what you're potentially going to put down, 25%, 25%, and ladder those in at them prices for me. That's a good area to potentially buy. And so far, the first area has hit. So that's VRA, but if you want more in-depth analysis on VRA, go into my video on the YouTube channel. It's there for you, mate. Zilliqa dead. No, Zilliqa's not dead. It's just not performing as well as some of the other assets. What I think the issue is with Zilliqa, we had such a solid marketing campaign, probably from 2020 all the way through to around early 2021. Then Polygon got hacked or did something like that, and that caused a massive delay in the Ethereum bridge. If that had been sorted out earlier, I think we'd have seen some better price action, but it's not dead. Let's have a look at Zilliqa. So it's currently 8.9 cent. If you just have a zoom out, look where we've been in the past. I bought all my Zilliqa down here, but around 1.5 cent. The growth there was phenomenal. That's when we did that marketing campaign. Things are looking really good. We've been rejected like the entire market did, and it's had a bounce. I mean, you can't say it's not had a decent bounce, to be honest. If you look at the entire bounce there from the bottom to the top, it did 165% bounce. Some of the layer 1 projects did do a lot higher than that. It's come down, it's broken out that falling wedge, and like the entire market, it's following Bitcoin down at the minute. Well, following most of the altcoins down. So for me, it's not dead. It's just that I think the marketing drops off a little bit, and a few people have got a little bit impatient with it because it's not been performing as well as Avalanche and Sol. But I think long term it'll be good. It's got a massive following, and it's big in Singapore, and a lot of Singaporeans talk about that. So yeah, nothing to worry about that for me. I mean, I did mention some buy zones yesterday on Zilliqa. We'll have been down here at about 8.5 cent, and we are coming down to that region now, and that's that golden ratio and support region of that entire move there. So look at around 8.5 cent for buys if you're looking to buy there. What about XRP? I never really cover XRP, to be honest. There's that much shit with XRP. It's got too much baggage for me. All that SEC shit, which has been thrown out now, but there's always some issue with XRP, just not to, even to do with blockchain, because with blockchain itself, XRP network, it's class. I mean, if I'm ever looking to send assets, I'll send them through XRP because it's fast and cheap, but it's just all the shit, all the baggage that comes with it actually annoys me. One of my first assets I bought, made some good money and then sold it and never got back in. I'm not really that fussed if it does well or it doesn't do well, to be honest. I'm not going to really look at that. Have you heard anything about VRA getting listed on Binance? Not from any official sources, no, I've not. Shall we look at audio? Currently at 193. I know Johnny in my channel talked quite highly about this. I've never looked into the fundamentals of the project, but massive cup and handle there. Didn't want to break out to the upside. I mean, you could say it's still a massive cup and handle, like if you look at the 3 day. Could say that's a huge cup and handle forming, or formed already and just ready for a breakout. If we do this in terms of it, that's your cup. That's your handle, and what you're doing is really waiting for a breakout to the upside. Once you break to the upside, obviously the first area you want to target is $5. That's the first area which I'd potentially look at skimming some profit off. Remember this area here too. If you look at this wick here at $3.10, we rejected off rejected there. Use it as support here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles rejected off that same area again. So that's a key area of resistance. We need to really, if you're looking my pencil. If you're looking for a breakout, a retest of that, then look for an entry at around 310, and then go up and target that region up there around $5 here. Looking for a little bit of a similar pattern like that with audio. So all in all, downward triangle, downward pressure going on here, which is leading to sell off and that downtrend from there. If you break out of that downtrend, it's gonna push to the upside. So that's that covered. If that helps, buddy. I mean, if you're looking for buys, I'll just cover that there. Look at this wick here, and them 2 candles which closed. That's an area I would consider putting some buy orders at 178. That's where I'd look at buying. My Zilliqa has been in the red for ages. It just depends when you bought it. I mean, I was lucky I bought it last year, so I'm still like about 6x or something like that, maybe even more. Yeah, I think Zilliqa will do it probably could do a 10x, to be honest. It's got a decent supply, decent tokenomics. A lot of projects are building on Zilliqa as well, so we've got that to factor in as well. RSR, I'm going to actually do a video on RSR today, a separate one, because I'm going to announce that winner of that giveaway that I did. If you are you're not on my Twitter, I'll just find that for you now. Not on my Twitter, go on, I'll drop the link in here. Just before I draw it today, I'm giving away 5,000 reserve rights today. So I'll draw that in. Just make sure that you follow me and retweet that, which I've just dropped in the comments. And like I say, I'll draw it today on the RSR video. So I'm going to do that separate. Pluton. It's not. What's going on with Pluton? I've heard that the platform's down. I've not looked at it today, to be honest. But in terms of price action, not much going on there. There's not much volume on Pluton. I mean, if let's have a look at on CoinGecko. Volume is so low. $220,000 is really low, isn't it? In terms of price action, it's just malingering it down this area. It gets above $5 when it rejects. Look at all these candles here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all above $5, and then just rejects straight below. And it's like, it's almost like people either selling rewards or it's been suppressed for a reason. And for me, if you're looking to buy it, I think it's cheap. It's only valued at $10 million, which is absolutely fuck all. So I mean, I won't even if you want to buy the asset, don't worry about setting orders. Just ape in at $5. I think that's a decent level, to be honest. How do I avoid paying taxes on my crypto gains? Fuck knows, mate. Don't try to avoid them or you'll get stung. Move to Portugal or something like that, or Malta. Check block, I'm sure you all know, but this one's going to fly. Yeah, somebody mentioned block earlier on, actually. It might have been Steve in my channel, so I'll check it out as well. Can I look at FTM? I sure can. FTM currently $2.12, 3-day time frame here. Absolute rocket ship, and it's performed really well over the course of the last few weeks. Drop down to the daily time frame. Found a bit of selling pressure, but I mean, not much. What's the all-time high on market up? That's the all-time high at 245. Again, we had a cup and handle breakout here. That was a cup, that was a handle, and we broke to the upside. And let's just have a look for some buy zones. If you're wanting to buy into FTM, You currently been bouncing off at 382 level, quite nice. We tapped it once, rejected through it, and then broke to the upside. That's what usually happens if you're ever looking at fib buys. Usually tap it, push back up, reject right through it, make you think it's going to go lower, and then push to the upside. Again, if you're looking for buys, I think $2 now is going to be that natural psychological area of support. So place some orders down at $2. I think that could be a decent area. And if we do get a heavier shakeout, then maybe look at 173. I think that's probably a decent levels for you to buy. And then targets, you've got 276 and 317 in terms of Fibonacci extension. So that's where I'd look on that, mate. I've not looked at Reef. I don't hold Reef anymore. I got rid of it. Since we had that news about we're not building on Polkadot, fucked it off. That's one of the only reasons I bought into Reef, because I knew we were building on Polkadot. And since they said they're not and trying to go their own way, I've got rid of it. I'm not into that now. So let's have a look at current price action. We broke down out of that ascending triangle, which we're looking for long, which like it failed miserably. This is an area of support down here at about 1.6 cent. Could potentially come down to that region, but in terms of fibs from the entire move, look at that, we've tapped a 618 to an absolute T, so that could be the bottom there, to be honest. We've tapped that golden ratio, pushed it upside, and then the first area to target is this 2 cent region. Fingers crossed that's a bottom for you guys if you're still holding. If you're looking to take profit though, this green band is a solid area of resistance around 2.3 cents. So if you're looking to sell, maybe at 2.2 or 2.3 cent is the area I would look to take it selling. On in, Hassan. Could you have a look at? Oh, somebody mentioned B Pro there, didn't they? B Pro on it. I think I've done a couple of B Pro videos in the past, but I've not looked at it for a long time. Look at that major rise. We died, didn't we? I think that dropped a significant amount, about 90%, wasn't it? 95% that dropped. That's just absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? From a project which fundamentally I heard nothing were wrong with it, and that's just how the entire market sold off. And we're currently rejected off this region here, that negative 27 fib. Dropped our way down. In terms of where do we drop to? Let's have a look at the entire move. Yeah, we lost that 618 level, probably did a 78% retracement and pushing up now. And we've got through this level of resistance, but we're coming back down to test that support region. For me, this is the area to buy. If you're looking to buy around 0.0097, that's the area I'd look to buy. And if you're looking to accumulate, so maybe sell, an area of resistance here at 0.013. So buys here, sells here, and then rinse repeat, and hopefully wait for that breakout, and then that's the next area of resistance up there. What do you think about fun? Never looked into it, mate. Jack, any thoughts on Luna? Fundamentally, no. Price action wise, it's been doing great, hasn't it? Find it on this list. Where we're currently at. So that was a target I had last time I did a video at $50. If you ever watch my videos, I always say never selling a round number. And look at that. That just gives you a great inkling. Never selling a round number. Imagine if you bought it down here and think, right, I'll put some orders in at $50. Never ever makes it. 49.60 or that area where rejected. Down. So if you're looking for some buys on Luna, this is an area of support, this red level 8, 34.50. But if we look at the entire move in terms of Fibonacci levels, coming down to this region now. So if you're looking for buys, this is the area to buy. So anywhere from around 34 down to 33, that's probably the area I would look to consider buying. Once we do hit that, probably going to bounce and then go up and retarget that $50 region. What's on XPR? Never looked into it, mate, so I can't really say. XCAD. Got any decent charts for XCAD? There's a daily time frame. XCAD versus a dollar. We are dropping down, aren't we? But like I say, the entire market's dropping down. In terms of odd fib levels from it in, so we'll go from an entire move, shall we? We'll go from a coming down, lost at 50% level. It's coming down to that golden ratio level now. So if you're looking for buys on that, I'd consider buys. Look at this area here too. A key area where we've had quite a bit of liquidity and trading. So that is an area which looks quite appetizing for buys at around $2.50. And it is a nice round number too, isn't it? 250 could be an area. I've not actually got any XCAD, and I'm quite interested to potentially get in a bag. Fundamental use case is solid. There's some big players involved in this now, and KSI is a big part of it. And it just takes a few words over on Twitter, doesn't it, or YouTube, and it'll get that price pumping. But that's the area I would look to consider buys. It's close to that region as well there, so you can see I've got 3 areas of liquidity. 1, 2, that's the next one. 250, an area I would consider buying. That ESDL. God, I'm sick of ESDL. I remember I've never had like anything good from ESDL. Like when I first bought it, we're doing well, and then that platform I brought out was just a complete flop. The fees on it were just an absolute joke with Ethereum network. Still about 50% down on that buy, and I'm looking to sell it as soon as I can, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of it. Raphael and Nia. Steve's been banging on about me in chat to try and check us around, but I never look at it. The issue is these days there's too many projects coming out and too many to look at. So we are trending down here on there. This is now the trend line there. If you're looking for a breakout, you need to get above that. You could also say that's a potential falling wedge too, the downside. So, I mean, if you're looking for some buys, potentially look at targeting this down here at around $5.45. And if you're looking for a potential setup, potential path like this, and break to the upside, we're looking for a break of structure to get out of that. I mean, you could even say it's a bear flag in all honesty from the bottom there of a big pole, but it's more of a falling wedge, and you're looking for something similar like that. So I'd consider buys down in this region at around 530, 520. And is that the all-time high, I believe, isn't it? Well, on the Binance chart, it's definitely all-time high, so that's a region. You probably need to look at taking profit off in the first instance. So that's the area I'd look at. Do you think Plu project will overtake Nexo? Don't know. It's got a lot of backing, Plu, but I didn't think it lacks in marketing, and there's not so many people buying it currently, is there? Low volume. Needs some big catalytic news that should come out. I've heard a few people talking about Zilliqa. I mentioned it, so when I finish this stream in about 5-10 minutes, you just go back and watch it, because I've just talked through my thoughts on Zilliqa there, and let's say I'm still bullish on Zilliqa. Pyro. Price action, it's an old asset, isn't it? Price action back in December 17. That's when look at that. That's what happens on a bull one. I'm expecting something like this, very similar to happen again. Being $165, it down at $7 now. Never even looked at this asset before, to be honest. Not even in terms of fundamentals or price action. I had a recent spike recently, but when everything else did die off, 9th of May. That's pretty much when everything died off, into across crypto. We dropped to the downside. Tapped a bottom here, which looked like a nice level at $4, and pushed up. If you're looking for some buys on it though, well, first thing we'll do is mark up this level of resistance, which is there. That's a level of resistance at around 945. If you're looking to take profit, that'll be first region. But currently, if you want to buy into Fyro, currently set them at 382 level, and if you want to consider some buys, I'd target this region here around 636. Maybe ladder a few orders down from here. Maybe 4 orders in there, and then once you get your buys filled here, you'd expect to break out on a retest of that resistance there at 9.39. That's where I'd take some profits off to buy in and to push back up. So that's Firo, mate. Good day, Kai. How's it going, buddy? Privacy Coin. You see, I used to work for Privacy Coin years ago, and got a bit fed up with it, to be honest. I think Privacy Coins, one of their fundamental reasons is to try and hide money, isn't it? And do private. I understand private transactions, but I think a lot of them are trying to get away from governmental taxation. And even though I'm not a big fan of it, I think it needs to be brought into line so that people can use crypto on a daily basis. Right, I'll just cover 1 inch and AVAX and then I'll wrap it up for today. I'm going to do a couple of videos later on, so I'll be covering reserve rights later on as well. Drop me a message on Twitter, or if you want, jump in my Patreon. We've got a requested coin section there. I'll show you that before I finish up, but we'll take a look at AVAX and we'll think what I'll do for today. AVAX. It's selling off. A lot of projects are selling off. Do not worry if you're holding altcoins currently. The dollar values are getting shredded, but it's nothing to worry about. It's just what happens when Bitcoin stamps its market dominance. This is what happens. So if you're looking for buys on AVAX, it's coming down to 618, and for me, I think that'll be the bottom at $50. It'll come down, tap that, and then I think it'll shoot back up, because currently, like I say, Bitcoin is regaining dominance. Altcoins are bleeding. Look to the left hand side or the right hand side, whichever way you're looking. That is what's going on. Bitcoin's at 57k. Bitcoin dominance here is pushing up high. This is what I'm expecting. Big push up to that region there, but just going back to AVAX. Lost it now. There it is. So if you're looking for buys, I would target that $50 region, and then I think that would bounce from there, to be honest. Unless we did get a big shakeout on Bitcoin, you could probably look at $32. But for AVAX, that's the first level there. And then obviously, you've got this region at $79 to break through, which is the all-time high. So that's going to do it for today. That's me just covering a few things in terms of altcoins. I've got this Patreon started up now. If there's anybody who's new to my channel, it's a private Discord server where I push out daily content. It's a paid service. I'll drop the link for that is in the description of this video. But I've got 20 members in there now. I only started it last week, and if you want some hands-on help with crypto, if you're new to crypto, if you just want general support, jump into that Patreon. We can all give each other an hand. So that's going to do it. Like I say, thanks everybody who's tuned in for the stream. We'll try and do a couple more streams this week and do some altcoin analysis. So if you're around, make sure you got notifications on and that you are subscribed. I'll catch you next time.